everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you're new here, and I haven't recorded anything in a long time because I'm just working on some rebranding for myself, and also I started grad school and that is taking up a lot more time. As I'm taking a break in the woods, kind of 10-minute drive from campus, I just thought I would check in, and I felt like I really needed to get out, and it's a really nice day today. We were in the 30s this week, and then all of a sudden today we were in the mid 70s, and it's cooled off a bit now. But you know, I'm famous for my walk and talks. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit to you guys about where I think my channel is heading and what you guys can expect from me in the foreseeable future. Also, happy Preptober, by the way. This will also be kind of a check-in. How is Preptober going? Am I doing NaNoWrimo? Because the last couple of years I did it. Again, new stuff in 2020, revising in 2021, and now 2022. Here we are. What am I gonna do? Which is the $99 question, basically. But first, let's go into just like my channel in general, what's happening. As I'm going into grad school, I think I'm gonna focus primarily on writing vlogs, or continuing writing vlogs, but also focusing on just like the productivity of being a writer and what it means to be a writer in 2022, 2023 as we move on in our lives, and specifically a young writer, and what it means to be able to kind of learn and grow and keep moving forward as young people. Specifically for me, I guess, being in school, I have learning opportunities ahead of me. And so trying to take a step back from the typical writing channel, I'm going to start tackling smaller projects, more short-term based projects. At least that is my hope for right now, because honestly, how am I going to time manage all of the stuff that's going on in my life between grad school and just like random shit that I have to do in order to maintain my life, you know, like cooking and grocery shopping and laundry and adulting. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. You're still going to get writing vlogs from me. You're still going to get craft discussions, and we'll probably try to bring back a couple live streams. I was planning on returning earlier, but school just completely got in the way. And so that's why I've been so hung-go on, okay, now I actually need to think about rebranding. And it's not like a full rebrand, it's just like anytime you have a major life change, you have to do something like that. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was Preptober, what I'm doing for Preptober, what I'm doing for NaNoWrimo. I'm gonna take a seat real quick while I talk about this. Bugs were attacking me. Oh, there's a teepee thing. That's kind of cool. Sorry, I just saw this. This is kind of cool. Hee. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to check in about what I'm doing for Preptober, NaNoWrimo. I'm not doing much for Preptober, honestly, because by the time I'm recording this, it's already like the 25th. It's not the 25th, it's the 22nd. I had ideas for what I wanted to do for Preptober and NaNoWrimo, but I think just because school was taking up so much time, I wasn't able to really get anything together for it. But I do have ideas. I am gonna be semi-participating in NaNoWrimo. It's not in the traditional sense. We're gonna do extra rebel NaNoWrimo, and I'll explain what that means in just a moment. Let's continue the walk here. We've come to a crossroads. Now, which direction? Going this way. So NaNoWrimo this year for me is going to be primarily reading and writing and just finding time for myself. It is going to be writer self-care month. So instead, write a novel in a month, it's writers do as much self-care as possible month. Me being that particular writer. In school, something that I've always known about myself is that I get overwhelmed with all of the work that I have to do, all the readings I have to do, vice versa. And so because I don't have that kind of mental compass, as it were, I feel like we need to block in some time to, one, so I can read stuff for fun that's not just for school, so that I can maybe work on a couple really small projects that don't have to write for class, for instance. And so I think my goal is just going to be maybe 10,000 words in one book that I read just for fun and that I write just for fun, that has absolutely nothing to do with my master's program. There you have it. It's a very, very small goal compared to the NaNoWrimos that I've done in the past. But I also think because I wrote over 50,000 words in the month of May for my Writing in the Wilderness series, I'm not feeling the complete urge to write a brand new novel, and I'd rather just focus on smaller projects. So, you know, sometimes self-care is important, and as writers, as we learn and grow and become aware of what we can and can't do in a certain time frame, we got to be authentic to ourselves and what we need in a moment. And for the last month and a half, I was feeling that I just needed to focus on me and not so much on YouTube and me moving to an entirely new state and living by myself for the first time, getting used to grad school classes and teaching classes and all of that fun stuff, tutoring. I'm a writing tutor, and then I have a mentor class where I'm learning to teach higher ed. Next semester I'll be teaching 2 college classes, but I'm feeling good about where I'm at, and I'm having like clear idea, I feel, of the type of writing I want to be producing. My program is very multi-genre hybrid focus. So one of the classes that I'm in right now is called Writing and Reading Across the Genres. And primarily in academic settings, the genres are poetry, creative, nonfiction, and fiction. And I'm also in a screenwriting class, so I just wrote my first screenplay, like, ever. Planning on making another video on that in and of itself to kind of reflect on what screenwriting was like, and maybe do a vlog for the next screenplay that I write, so I have a better understanding of all the processes that went into writing that screenplay. It was kind of a lot. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button so I know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else new in my life that I should update you guys on. Let's see. I guess I can reflect on my other class is a pedagogy class. So it's a practicum in pedagogy. And for those who don't know what pedagogy is, it's basically I'm learning how to teach students writing, or basic writing, specifically in rhetoric and composition courses and like research papers and that kind of stuff. So less creative. But next semester I'm actually going to learn how to teach higher ed creative writing classes and get to like sit in on like intro creative writing classes, and I'll get to be with all the baby writers and like help out, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be so fun. And so I might make a video on that, on like the pedagogy behind creative writing and what makes good creative writing feedback versus not, or something along those lines if you're interested in that. Again, none of my videos are going to be like advice, how-to videos, more discussion-based videos on what I'm learning and how I am personally applying what I'm learning to my writing. And so that process and kind of things, because I know that there's a good amount of people out there, and this might be you, who had a really bad higher ed experience when it came to getting your MA or MFA in creative writing, if you did go that route, or maybe you are hesitating getting your master's in creative writing or going that route because you've heard so many negative experiences. And I just want to put out there right now that so far my experience has been insanely positive, and you need to do your research if you're thinking about going into a master's program, because some programs are those gatekeeping programs that if you write outside of traditional literary fiction, you're either not going to get in or you're not going to get great feedback from it. And my program is very hybrid in that you are allowed to write literally any genre under the sun, and our professors are gonna support you in like whatever like random experimental shit you want to write. Like, you can write it, and it's amazing. And it's just such a supportive and engaged environment, and some of the professors are doing some really cool hybrid works with art and poetry, and we're learning about all of these different authors who basically defy those normal conventions of genre. Like, we just read a book called And the Pursuit of Happiness, and it was basically like an art book, and then it was creative nonfiction, and it tracked her journey toward kind of investigating democracy. American Democracy was written during 2008, I believe, or published 2008, 2011. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to look. But she's an artist and a writer, and so she combined those, and it was an art book, and it was traditionally published. And the book that we're reading right now, same thing, traditionally published, but it's written and illustrated by the author. So I don't think it's impossible to publish those things that defy genre conventions. And since I love to defy genre conventions, I don't know, this program is just making me even more excited to eventually just like really experiment and write some like crazy random shit and just see what happens. And it's not all gonna be good. That's what revision is for. That's not a statement saying you should go to grad school, you shouldn't go to grad school. That's just saying so far my experience has been really good, and that might change over time, but I'll keep you guys posted. I don't know, I'm just excited to see where my writing is gonna go from here. I can already tell that my writing is getting better, and I haven't gotten that much feedback on my writing so far. I've mostly just been writing and submitting things, and it hasn't been workshopped yet, but I do have my first workshop for my screenplay class this upcoming Wednesday, so I will have my first workshop soon. Right now they've just been trying to get us to experiment with form and style and genre. I don't know, guys. I think I kind of lucked out on the program I got into. I feel like anything else and I would be more stuck on like, what genre is this in or whatever, and now it's like, oh, it doesn't matter, just write. And I'm like, cool, I'll do that. At least for this class that I'm in right now with the writing and reading across the genres. And yeah, I don't know. I'm getting good feedback from my professors. I'm excited to start teaching next semester officially. I'm teaching right now the research essay unit in my what's called a mentor class, because I'm paired with another professor and I'm teaching. I have like a week and a day left of teaching that unit, and then back to observing for the rest of the semester. It isn't just an update where my channel's heading. I'm debating changing my channel name. So I might post a couple or a poll soon and see what you guys think, just cause I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are putting rights on the end of theirs, and I want to stand out more. Maybe. I don't know. I think that's it for me. Subscribe if you're not. Like this video, it really helps my channel grow, and I will see you guys soon with yet another video. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you are considering higher ed, or if you've had a negative or a positive higher ed experience. I'd love to hear from you guys. That's it for me. Bye and subscribe. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.